Hi, it's Tanya and it's Talk About It Tuesday, and I would just like to share with you just a couple of experiences and moments from my July and August teacher fellowship in Uganda. So it was one of the most interesting experiences that I would like to share. I think that coming together with teachers from across the U.S. in July was very impactful. You could instantly see the groups and the teams forming, but what was most exciting was being able to see them work together during the planning sessions and being able to take that into the schools in Uganda and being able to bring that information of what they observed in those classrooms to those workshops and being able to work in small groups with those teachers and having those teachers break out into small groups based on what they observed in their classroom was absolutely phenomenal. Now, some of the pictures that you will see, you will notice that in their classrooms and at their schools, they don't have all of the thrills and extras that we have in the United States. But what I can tell you is that there was some amazing teaching and learning going on in those classrooms, and that was in part because of the training that was provided to the teachers in the U.S. as well as the teachers that came in August for the August fellowships. Now, while we were at the lodge and we were doing our prep sessions, getting ready for the workshops to be able to go and observe the teachers in the classrooms and then being able to work with them in the workshops, there was a lot put into it. There was turn and talk, there was think, pair, share, there was breaking and pulling the teachers outside just so you can change the environment and demonstrate how the environment affects learning. And so just having those experiences with those teachers were forever life-changing for me as I would go around and observe the American teachers working and having the teachers pulled out in small groups, and then in the end being able to see them at the conclusion ceremony where the Ugandan teachers were offered their completion certifications. And then here we are already in August, and so as you can see, we like to eat, and so what a great way to get to know people that you don't know is by breaking bread together. And so there was a lot of time spent communicating and sharing during eating, but also playing games and just getting to know each other on a personal level. Like, you have the dynamics of forming teams and norming teams, and one of our norms was to always have dinner together so that we could refresh and go over our day just to kind of see if there were any things that needed to be addressed so that we could go into our classrooms and go and observe those teachers fresh and renewed the next day. Again, in August, there was that training again. Those UK teachers were broken into small groups, and they went to like 9 different schools. And when we were at the lodge, they too had the same training as the August group, and then they would go to the workshops and present to the Ugandan teachers. Now, theirs was a little bit different, but they had a lot of teacher engagement and a lot of teacher input and just being able to create dynamic lessons to encourage the teachers to not only witness what was going on during the workshops, but to take that information back and implement it into their classrooms. Now, the hope is that each one reach one, each one teach one. Now, we cannot expect them to take everything back and immediately implement it into their classrooms, but what we did observe was them taking small chunks and chunking it and being able to put it into their classrooms, and then observing their students benefiting from the access to that professional development. It was an absolutely amazing experience. Now, everything wasn't always perfect, but it was definitely worth the experience of working with the American teachers in July and the UK teachers in August. Each group brought something valuable and dynamic, and it was just a great professional experience for me to be able to lead several teams and being able to watch how those teams formed and how they interacted and how they presented to the Ugandan teachers and how they interacted with the community, and the value and the love and the professional responsibility that was shared amongst the the teachers. Not only were the teachers giving and sharing, but they too were receiving from the Ugandan teachers. And so from this experience, I would hope that not only the American teachers and the Ugandan teachers were able to learn from each other, but they were able to learn some things and take those things back and implement them into their classrooms and to their communities, and being able to just have a dynamic, powerful, impactful impact on the students and their community. Now, it was absolutely phenomenal to see the end ceremonies and just to see how excited the teachers were to have completed something so phenomenal and so encouraging. So handing them their certifications and being able to reward them was ultra important and rewarding from a professional standpoint. Now, we had a lot of people on the ground that was helping us, the locals, Gloria and Priscilla and Charlie and Isma. They brought a lot to the team, and then our cooks and our chefs and our people who did our laundry, they made the experience that much more enjoyable. This has been Tanya at Talk About It.